Hi, my name is Spencer, and today I'll be reacting to Doctor Who Season 2, Episode 7. Last week was a fairly big episode in setting up for this week, but also in giving us a cameo from Susan herself, Carol Ann Ford, so I am extremely glad to have seen that. Like I said last week, I hope that they're saving that for next season, that they're not going to rush it in these last two episodes, especially with everything that's going on with May 24th and the Rani, which was also revealed last week. Yeah, I just don't want them to rush it. Maybe we'll get to see the Doctor have more flashes, and then that'll set up for next season him seeking out Susan, which would be awesome. I would love to see it. As for this week, all I really know is that this episode is called Wish World, or The Wish World. I think it's just Wish World, though. I know that they released like a sneak peek clip that I avoided watching, or I tried to avoid like thumbnails and stuff for it as well. And I believe I saw some Reddit threads that were like speculating about things that they saw in Wish World, in the Wish World preview, but I avoided those as well. So I really don't know what Mrs. Flood / the Rani's plan is. We did leave off in the last episode with an explosion in the TARDIS, like into the TARDIS from the outside. So I wonder, will the TARDIS be involved at all? Is this setting up for a new TARDIS interior / exterior? I guess they could revamp the exterior. It wouldn't be the first time for it to alter. I mean, if that's the case, I'm excited to see what they do. Beyond that, though, I'm not sure what to expect. We may see Ruby, since presumably we'll be on Earth or around Earth. I really don't know, especially with the title Wish World. Like, is this going to be a different world? Maybe. Anyways, I think I've rambled enough, and I'm excited to get into this. But before I do, don't forget to like this video if you like it, and if you have anything to say about this episode or the previous episodes, please put it in the comments. Also, if you're not currently subscribed, if you like this kind of content, I'd appreciate it if you would consider subscribing. It really helps me to stay motivated to get these videos out and helps the channel to grow, so thank you. I don't believe I have anything else to say before just diving into this episode, so I think I'll go ahead and do that. What? Horseback? Some different time period, maybe? Okay, Bavaria, 1865. What does this have to do with anything? Or are we gonna get to see a little bit of backstory for Mrs. Flood first?
We sent message to the village. We thought no one was coming.
Okay, it's the Rani. Same difference.
No, just in time.
Who's getting born?
But you were born lucky, isn't that what they say? The seventh son of a seventh son.
With 7 sons of your own. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And then number 7.
We thought Jonas would be a wonderful name.
I think it's absolutely terrible.
Okay. Why do you need to be here?
I'm sorry, but I don't think his name is up to you.
I'm
True.
afraid it is, because I will be taking little baby.
What?
Now, he's all mine.
Excuse me?
The fuck? Why?
Violette, isn't it? Such a pretty name. Your wife is Violet.
What? What the hell is happening?
Get out. All of you children. Get out now. Run.
That's right.
What?
Waddle away.
Of course. So this baby can make wishes come true? Is that why it's called Wish World?
Like a wise old owl.
These poor people. Not so lucky after all.
We have things to do in 160 years' time. With one very special wish.
I have to assume that this baby... What the heck?
Morning, darling.
Morning, sweetheart.
What is happening? Is this part of the wish?
We're staying here forever.
Don't go to work.
They must have had fun with this. Okay, there's Captain Poppy.
Meow.
And the weather's...
Ugh, and this asshole.
Happy morning, everyone.
Happy morning, Conrad.
Okay. What an intro. I'm confused, but I have to assume that they're going to explain it somehow.
Now...
Okay.
Do you know what day tomorrow is? It's May the 24th. Is that nice? No.
Okay. life's not so perfect, or maybe that's what this is indicating, is that things aren't perfect. And
Poppy?
what? So many mugs. Okay.
Hey,
Hello?
Is Ruby aware of things?
do I know you?
I don't think so.
She's got some inkling, it seems.
I'm sorry, but you don't have a daughter.
What? You're talking nonsense.
That is the most outrageous thing to say.
Yeah.
Yes. Hello? I have someone expressing doubt.
Ah. Hey. Good to see her.
What was all that about, Mr. Smith?
Oh, never mind.
Is everyone breaking mugs? What the hell? That's cool. Okay. What's that centerpiece thing? This thing. What is it?
Doctor Who had lots and lots of human friends. They loved him.
Okay, now they're calling him Doctor Who.
Anything, mate? Anything?
Poor Shirley Ann Bingham. Here's Unit.
I did work late last night. Time carries no favors.
This must have been fun to do something different, though. Like everyone in different outfits and different roles. Hey, there's Susan Twist. Glad to see her again.
All the Time Lords were killed, and Doctor Who was the only one left.
This is such a fascinating episode.
But she's way out of my league. Oh, she's not. You're a beautiful man. Was that supposed to mean? No. No, I'm just... You're a man. How can you find another man beautiful?
Whoa. God forbid. Guess it doesn't fit into this perfect world.
That was a slip. Sorry, that was a slip.
I've got it, don't worry.
Okay.
So anytime there's a slip, does a mug break?
Knock, knock, it's only us.
Is this her family?
You look well, Auntie.
Okay. Glad we get to see them, even if it's in these circumstances.
And as Conrad says, that's what we're here for. And Conrad is never wrong. Mine. How long were you with Poppy?
How long was I what?
In labor.
Does she know? Does she have that memory?
Every mother remembers.
Yes, I know. It must have been... What was it, Emma?
It's funny, but I can't remember.
Because it never happened.
When was it?
There's some doubt. And more mugs are breaking.
That's what happens when you doubt something.
Yep.
We go.
Now you're doubting everything, aren't ya? So dramatic. I mean, if your world is falling apart, you would probably scream out into the world too.
She's so beautiful.
I don't get it.
I wonder who she is.
Is it the Rani or Mrs. Flood? Probably the Rani. Okay, I was about to say, is her hover thing also made of bone? Kind of looks like it is, but at least the bottom part seems a more technological.
Very strong doubts. We're even getting 9s this time of the day.
655555999.
They want doubts? I thought the whole point was to keep them trapped. Not sure what their end game is. Like, why this is happening.
I'm sorry, sweetheart. You know the mistress. She has a lot of demands. But she thought you'd like this.
So is he aware that this is all fake? And he's just playing along because he's out of jail and he can do what he wants? He can live his life?
How's the little one?
Who's the little one? Baby? Who/what is this baby? Oh, it's the... Okay, never mind. Duh.
He sustains this entire world.
And he's still a baby.
Now all he does is chuckle.
Okay, there it is. Not surprised. So is this baby one of the gods?
Is the trap ready? Just waiting to be primed, ma'am. Good.
I'm still so confused. This episode is so abstract. I don't know if that's the right word, but nothing has made sense so far. Any real sense.
It could be said that you sprang from my loin.
That's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard.
Not wrong, though.
We'll find him. The one who is lost.
Who? Who's the one who is lost?
Sorry, but is your name Shirley?
Ruby, this is how we live. The disabled, dispossessed.
So is Ruby gonna be like the key to snapping people out of it? Or at least getting them back their memories?
We get ignored. We're poor and forgotten and irrelevant, and that's the way the world is. You're the same as us. You keep having doubts about the world.
So are the disabled people homeless because that's what, like, it reminds me of, like, when Conrad was, like, talking bad about.
Somebody put bosom by you. It's my daughter. She's been expressing doubts.
So does she have some memories of 73 yards? Anyways, it reminds me of the Conrad talking trash about Shirley being like, oh yeah, she's like sucking up benefits. So maybe that's why the disabled people are in the situation that they're in.
It all comes down to Conrad Clark.
Keep having thoughts about him too. I don't trust him for a second.
Good. You shouldn't.
Conrad Clark is a monster.
Oh, well. Hell yeah.
So what do you think, Ruby? About what?
We don't just sit here all day complaining. We've got plans.
Like what? What are you gonna do?
Oh, I'm in. I am in.
Okay.
But the secret was beginning to wake. And the doctor said, tell me the secret. But the mysterious...
What? What does Susan have to do with this?
Doctor Who was weak.
Doctor.
Oh, Rogue! Huh?
And this hell dimension is sliding into the pit. I don't know if I'm gonna survive. Thank you for that.
What?
I can only send you one warning, and this is gonna sound strange, but listen to me.
Okay.
Tables don't do that. I gotta go.
Okay.
More than that. I love you.
I warn you.
Okay. Now I'm intrigued. Glad to see Rogue again. Oh, is he just watching them fall off?
Why don't you come to bed?
Wait.
Okay, it just clips through it. Okay?
That's a slip. That's what happens. Things slip.
Tables don't do that.
I thought he's right. He's right. That is not what tables are supposed to do.
Who said?
My gay lover.
I really liked it.
You want a divorce?
My husband. He's having doubts.
So are you.
I had a question. I had a good question. That's all. I am sorry. I got messed up.
What is this leading to?
I'm really very sorry, Mrs. Smith, but I have a job to do.
And what's that?
Take her.
Okay, she's getting taken as well.
My job and my very great pleasure.
Okay, Mrs. Flood.
If we're caught outside after the curfew, then we'll be locked up for doubting the system.
Stop worrying you. This is the perfect vantage point. Look,
What's the plan here?
I've got this.
Tablet.
It's one of the relics from the other world.
And
Why does it feel so familiar? I know. Like I've seen it before.
How do they get it?
And if this thing can trace the signal, what if we can block it? What if we can cut him off?
That'd be interesting.
If I can just meet Conrad, if I can look him in the eye, then I can remember the doctor and the world that was.
Could work, I guess. I mean, I don't know the rules of this world. Anything could happen. Well, May 24th is approaching.
What about this? It's called the Seal of Rassilon.
Okay, yeah, I did recognize this symbol.
Yes, that's it. You remember? What was her name?
Ruby.
He's getting there. That's it. May the 20.
Does she want him to remember? Is this destruction of Earth going to be caused by the doubts?
Music!
Okay. The Doctor and the Rani dancing.
People said we were lovers, far away in time and space. Were we?
Is that something we saw or we would have seen in classic Who?
My name is the Rani.
No.
Does he know? Is he aware now?
What are you even talking about?
Darling.
Well, I mean...
You told me I was nothing. So what do you think of me now?
It's the
You're still nothing. You're only here because of the Rani.
Desiderium, the god of wishes.
And he's mine.
Huh.
All the world below is a world I have wished.
Of course it is. Makes sense.
No god of wishes could have infinite power, or we'd be drowning in a universe of breast milk, so... The Vindicator. It crisscrossed the universe, creating a web of power to bring you back here.
How did she get him to use it, though? I thought it was something that he just had that was meant to get them back for his own purposes. I don't understand.
The doubts are the whole point. Doubt.
Okay, I kind of put that together earlier.
If you question hard enough, then doubt can crack open the world.
So they want the doubts to break the world?
I need to tell you everything so that your doubt becomes all-consuming.
Okay, that makes sense. As much as this can make sense, it makes sense, I guess.
Farewell to London!
What the heck? Spider-Man No Way Home? Anyone?
I can see underneath,
Seeing what?
deep within the underverse.
What?
He is hidden.
Who's he? The one who is lost. Rogue? That he's lost, I suppose. And he has already shown up in this episode.
Tell me who you were looking for.
Omega.
Omega?
The creator of the time worlds. The great...
I feel like I've heard that name before in connection to Doctor Who. I'm pretty sure that's a classic Who thing. Okay, he's remembering.
The Doctor is me.
So wait, if he remembers, then there is no doubt, right? But I guess the damage is already done.
Get rid of the wife. Take her across the threshold. What are you doing?
What does that mean? Okay, so the plan is to end him. What the heck? Everything's sinking into oblivion. The Underverse. I think that's what she called it.
I have a daughter! Poppy is real! Do you know what that means?
What? Alright, May 24th. Of course, this is the end. Ready to pause, just in case there's a preview? Okay, no. That's it, I think. I gotta say that episode was more confusing than anything. Although, not bad, I guess. I mean, besides the confusion, I can't say I have anything negative to say. It's obviously still not a fan of Conrad, as I'm sure everyone is. Definitely not a fan of seeing his smug little face. But apparently this is his reality, his wish, which I think, like I said, is why all the disabled people are the lowest class that they can be, homeless and insignificant. Because he did make that comment in Lucky Day about Shirley Ann Bingham being in a wheelchair and sucking up benefits. Obviously, that's not an exact quote, but air quotes for paraphrasing. And maybe that's why Ruby is sort of an outcast as well. But I guess the whole point was for them to have doubts. I mean, I guess it remains to be seen if Ruby and that group are going to make any difference. I mean, because it's like all they did was identify where Conrad was and where it was broadcasting. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to I'm trying to allow my thoughts to flow in a way that's cohesive so I don't have to come back to topics. So I'm just trying to think of what to talk about next. I guess it also implies that Conrad is homophobic, because obviously the Doctor calling Ibrahim beautiful doesn't fit into the world that he's established. I don't think I've made it clear in my previous videos, but I find it, I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan of Ibrahim and Kate. That is not my, I don't ship it personally. I find it a bit weird, if I'm being totally honest, but if that's where it goes, what can I do? It's whatever. Captain Poppy being the Doctor and Belinda's daughter is an interesting detail. I know people were pointing out a lot in the comments that Captain Poppy was the child that we saw in The Story and the Engine. So I really don't know how that's all connected. Maybe the Wish world bled into the stories that were told, and like, because the Doctor did say that stories possibly were bleeding, and that was his rationale for Belinda seeing a child. But I don't know. We did get a little flash of Susan on the TV screen. I still hope that it's not integral to the plot of the season finale. I hope it's still just setting up for next season, for a greater story for her. That it's not just going to be like that she's not just going to appear and be like, "All right, I'm your granddaughter," and like that's that. I hope there's somewhat of a journey to find her, and I hope that the flash that we did see of her it was just the Doctor's memories bleeding through in continuation to set up Susan for the future, not for the finale, hopefully. Also, it was really nice to see Rogue again, very briefly, but seeing him in the I guess the hell dimension is what he called it, or something like that, something to do with hell that he's trapped in. Him expressing that he misses the Doctor and that he loves the Doctor, which, I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan of when characters meet one time and claim that they're in love. Wasn't a fan of that in Picard season 2. Wasn't a fan of that in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, for what it's worth. And Deep Space Nine is my favorite Star Trek show. And I'm specifically referencing when Jadzia fell in love with the guy from the planet that goes in and out of phase every like 80 years or something. If you know, you know. Just not a fan of those kinds of stories. So not sure how I feel about it here, it being so sudden, but great to see him again. Even if the clips that we saw of him definitely felt, I mean, obviously it was him sort of like on a green screen or the equivalent nowadays. I don't know if they use like some sort of projected background on with him like actually in the room. It still felt like a green screen. But I'm not here to criticize the special effects of this show. Anyways, hopefully this is setting up to get Rogue back, but like, I don't know, maybe I kind of feel the same way about him that I do with the whole Susan situation. I kind of hope that it's not resolved in the next episode, just because there's so much that already has to resolve, and I don't want it to be rushed. I would love to see the Doctor put in the effort to find Rogue and not it just conveniently happening because of the events of the finale. And for a moment, I thought that the Rani was talking about the person, the secret person that she has to find or whatever, that the whole purpose of this world-breaking event is meant to find this being. And for a second, I thought she was talking about Rogue, because I was like, I mean, he's trapped in another dimension. But then she said Omega, and I was like, oh, I kind of remember, like, I kind of have some vague recollection that was someone in classic Doctor Who. Not that I've seen that far into classic Doctor Who, but still, I'm aware of this Omega and that it's a significant thing. Like, I feel like there was something in New Who that people were speculating was going to be Omega. This was a while ago, but then it ended up not being Omega. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you which significant thing. It was a long time ago though, and specifically saying that that Omega is the first Time Lord. Maybe I'm misremembering that quote, but again, it throws into question the whole timeless child thing. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I still believe that the timeless child is canon, especially because we've seen the Fugitive Doctor recently. So, anyways, I don't know. Like, what I'm trying to say is I'm confused by claiming that that Omega is the first Time Lord. Does that like meaning like the first of Gallifrey? Wouldn't Tecteun would have been the first Time Lord? She's the one that originally genetically modified herself to be like the Doctor. Maybe I'm just overthinking this. I will say though, I have really enjoyed this Rani, this new actress, and seeing her and Mrs. Flood working, even if Mrs. Flood is more subordinate to this Rani. Just like last season's penultimate episode, I'm not sure I feel the stakes going into the finale. Like, because it seems like, I mean, is it too much to say it's obvious that everything could go back to normal and like everything's just fine at the end of next episode? Like, I don't understand what the stakes are with Omega. Like, what is their end game? Like, it would make things more interesting if there was real risk for some characters not to return. Like last season when Kate got dusted. Initially I was like, whoa, like what if Kate's gone forever now? But then everyone else got dusted, and then it was like, okay, well, everyone's getting brought back, obviously. there's no stakes. So I'm just, I don't know, I'm cautious going into the finale, is what I'm trying to say, because I worry that they're going to deal with everything too easily and that things are just going to go back to normal without a sweat. I mean, obviously there's going to be some kind of sweating from the Doctor, like solving this, but if there are no consequences to this, if things just go back to normal, then I don't know. I'm not sure I want that, and I'm not sure I like that. I guess I'll just have to find out. Other small things to mention. It was nice to see Melanie. Always nice to see her. It's nice to see Belinda's mother and aunt. It'd be nice to be able to see them in better circumstances, and potentially her father. Beyond that, though, I'm not sure I have anything else to say. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comments. How are you feeling going into the finale? Are you on the same page as me in terms of like, where are the stakes? What are the stakes? This episode was kind of confusing. Maybe you have more context about Omega than I do, so maybe you know more about the stakes, but you could also still be worried because of how last season ended. Even though we had context for Sutek, there were elements of last season that were kind of underwhelming, so maybe you're worried about that, like I am. But I am excited to see how this goes, like how the Doctor is going to save the day, fix things, even if it ends up being that he fixes things with little to no consequences. Guess we'll just have to find out. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your support. This video may not get uploaded as quickly as previous episodes, just because the internet at this house is not as quickly. It went from like uploading within like 5 minutes to a matter of hours, which is not ideal, but as long as I can still get things uploaded, we're still good. Anyways, I appreciate you guys. Looking forward to seeing what happens next and how everything is going to connect and resolve. And hopefully I will see you guys next time.